Hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Yuliana, and this is the first time I'm ever making a video, probably the last two. I've decided to make a video because I've just had an exchange with somebody over the recent election in Uganda. And they raised a point which I, in my view, find has become a narrative to silence people like me, like myself, who are not living in Uganda currently. I have a few points that I'd like to make. I won't keep it, I'll be brief. With to try and address or to respond once and for all to those people who try to delegitimize our voices by saying because we are not on the ground, we don't have a right to speak and should keep our opinions to ourselves because we're not in Uganda. Well, I've got news for you. It doesn't matter where a person is, where they were raised, what they look like. It doesn't matter. If I identify as Ugandan, and in my heart of hearts, I know I'm Ugandan, it's not up to the other person to tell me what I am and what I'm not. If I say I'm Ugandan, I am, and I have a basis for that. I was born in Uganda. I was raised in a Ugandan manner. I feel Ugandan. And I find it too easy on the part of those who shy away from debate or critique. When they say, well, you're not on the ground, you do not have a right to talk. Yes, we do have a right to talk, and I'll tell you why. There are two reasons why we have a right to talk. One, because our hearts, at least in my case, and our outlook on how the rest of the world is very much informed by our Ugandanness. And when I say Ugandanness, what I'm referring to, because I know that there is a tendency in Uganda to focus too much or to concentrate on tribes. I'm not talking about tribes. Tribes for people like myself, just another label. But above all, we're Ugandan. If you look at somebody like myself, I could be for any part of Uganda. I'm as tall as an Acholi. I'm brown like a Westerner. I have a nose of a Muganda. I am Ugandan, and therefore, when I say my Ugandanness, I'm not referring to my tribe, which is irrelevant in my view. I also think when we concentrate on tribe, we get away from the togetherness, from what unites us. I think Ugandans need to realize that we're like fingers, right? The Republic of Uganda is made up of people who are like my fingers. Some are tall, some are short, some are round, some are light, bright, sort of light. Others are as black as night, and all of us coming together and making up the Republic of Uganda, that is what makes us unique and beautiful, and which is something that, in my opinion, is a wealth, something, and it enriches us as a people. And it's so sad when it is used to divide us. It has worked so well for previous leaders in dividing us along tribal lines, and along, the differences in our appearances. It has enabled them to continue to lord it over us and to rule us and to take advantage of our weaknesses. Because I have to say, when you bring up tribe as an excuse for X, Y, and Z, it weakens us as a group. As an individual, you cannot do or have the same impact when you try to achieve something as somebody who has come together with like-minded people from wherever they are, from any walk of life in Uganda, come together in order to achieve what we all hope to achieve for our country, which is development and moving forward. The current situation is such that there's a sort of arrested development. We're not moving. Like many people, the 18th of February left me feeling frustrated, disillusioned, and just confused about what the future is. It feels like, I keep on describing it to my friends, it feels like somebody died and you're in this weird or odd situation where you don't know what the future holds for you or what is ahead or what we can look forward to. And what I'm saying is that by us coming together and agreeing once and for all that the enemy is not where you come from or what you look like, but the enemy to Ugandans is Museveni. Museveni is a man who is in leadership, as he has clearly demonstrated over and over again, who is in leadership for me, myself, and I, meaning me, myself, and my stomach, or me, myself, and my family. The people of Uganda are suffering. The person in the north of Uganda in Acholi who cannot afford to feed their child is in exactly the same predicament as somebody you find in Barara who cannot feed their child. Or in Toro, if I can't find medicine, and a Muganda or Baganda person who cannot find medicine is exactly the same predicament. So we need to stop dividing ourselves. We need to come together as a people and to move our nation forward. The first thing I want to say the second thing I'd like to say about people in the diaspora like myself is that when we are criticized and we're told we can't talk and we don't have a voice, people forget that we make we make a huge contribution to the economy of Uganda through our remittances. We provide jobs, we put people through school, we we pay hospital bills, and what we're doing there is we are subsidizing the incompetence and that useless government of Museveni that's been there for 30 years. We are doing the job of the government. We are providing services that should be provided because you as a Ugandan pay taxes. And we don't do it for praise. We do it because we love our people, because we love our country, but also because we have traveled. We have seen what it is like in other parts of the world, and that is what we wish for our people. And we know that it's achievable because we are very talented as a people. We are full of resource and we are resilient. We are just being held hostage by one man who has taken it upon himself to think to lead to let people believe that he, out of a population of 35 million people, he is the only one capable of leading us. He's a geriatric. He should be going home and cleaning up, sweeping up dung, because he loves cows so much. He should let a new generation of people with new ideas come in and move us forward, because this state of arrested development cannot continue. There is no medicine in hospitals. They build new hospitals, they look very pretty, but without medicine, without personnel, without a system that functions efficiently, they are useless and they will be dilapidated in exactly the same way as the rest of the health system is in Uganda. So our people will continue to die. Our children continue to go to sub-rate schools, fifth grade schools where they study under trees. And just because my child is okay, this is what as Ugandans we need to understand. Just because my child is okay and does not study under a tree does not mean that I can I should keep quiet, or I should turn a blind eye towards the reality of my fellow compatriots have to put up with. And even if you struggle and put a child through school, there is absolutely no guarantee with the current system that your child will find employment. They will probably end up on the streets drinking, become delinquent, because all that wasted energy and talent, because the government has not made provisions to ensure that there is employment for young people. And there's only one enemy in all this: the current system. Now, the current system keeps on talking about the President Museveni, ex-President Museveni, insists or continues to tell us every time we raise our voices that, oh, we are imperialists, or these imperial powers cannot tell us what to do. Well, that same man is exactly the same man who will go into these Western capitals, and when they say jump, he will say how high and where to, because they are pulling the strings, and he will go with the highest bidder. And when he gets this money, he will buy jets, he will fly children who are having a perfectly normal delivery to other parts of the world, to other Western capitals, while your wife, your child, your daughter is dying in a substandard hospital because there are no provisions being made to provide services for our people. The enemy is within. The enemy is Museveni. And he has made it very clear, because by working for him, he himself and his children, he could not care less about your children. Your children could go to